Going to put a completion or epilogue on this technique subject you've heard me talk about. The fronted up fighter, the squared up fighter. And I can remember, do you guys remember that Contender series on TV, boxing, back, what was it, 2004? And I believe it could have been the first or second episode. Anyway, Sugar Ray Leonard and Stallone were basically hosting this show, but they brought in Angelo Dundee, and I don't know if this was their first episode or second, but anyway, Angelo Dundee came in. And I'll never forget it. He's watching film, trying to help the boxers a little bit. And it was Peter Manfredi Jr., I believe. He asked him, "Why are you so squared up? Get a little turn, get a little sideways." So years ago in boxing, you know, years ago when we didn't have the science or the technique back then, you were taught to get the trunk a little sideways. Chin down, your shoulders kind of covering vulnerable part of your chin. The jab hand's out closer to your opponent. That's why you use it first, it's closer to your opponent. You would have more reach even if you didn't have more reach fighting a guy squared or fronted up if you were like this. Your trunk sideways so you have more rotation with the trunk, more power with your right hand than if you're squared up. You're already turned, so you lose that rotation. Chin's down, covered with the shoulder, you know, when you jab. Elbows are in the proper area, more or less to catch liver shots. If you notice when De La Hoya got caught with Bernard Hopkins with that liver shot, he was fronted up like this, and Bernard went right around the elbow. A little bit harder to go around the elbow for that liver shot. Fighters have done good with this technique, fronted up like that. But when you run into an elite fighter that has been trained properly from when he was a youngster, you're going to run into trouble. Like Oscar Valdez. It's not his fault. It's whoever, when he walked into a gym and was taught techniques right off the bat. JoJo Diaz. It's not his fault. It's whoever taught him right off the bat. It's not Canelo's fault. Bivol made a fool of him. It was whoever taught him when he first walked in the gym.
Those right hands.
Canelo's been all power shots this round.
It's not Ricky Hatton's fault. It's whoever taught him when he first walked into a gym.
That is the most spectacular one-punch shot of Manny Pacquiao's incredible career.
Yes, winky right, kind of high guard, fronted up a little bit, but not to the extreme. Check him out here.
They meet in the center of the ring. Shane tries twice to jab. Winky shakes his head as if to say, nah, you didn't get to me.
Last fight, Winky Wright used his jab to kind of control Shane, and that's what he's starting out with now, but Shane has to stop that.
Shane throwing a four-punch combination. There were too few of those for him in the first fight.
And I don't think that the combinations are is the way to beat Winky Wright for Shane Mosley, because Winky...
Yes, Mike Tyson fronted up, but the great Customato knew to have him doing this. Canelo makes it work a little bit. He started some head movement. But for the most part, if you run into somebody that knows what they're doing, you're going to have trouble. My guys, when we sparred all the gyms from around us, Washington State, all of them come in the gym fronted up. They knew exactly what to do. We'd have a field day with everybody. Here's Carlos. I don't think he's fought. El Toro hasn't fought since 2018, I believe. So we had a fight at Legends Casino here. He makes a little comeback. Check out the jab. Check how he's turned. Here's Carlos. I think Carlos is 5'9", 5'10". He's fighting a 6'3" guy here. Check the jab. Here's Carlos fighting a pretty good guy. But nobody was out jabbing Carlos at that time. Andrew, this is his, I think, third or fourth amateur fight. I'll even throw in Muhammad Ali against Ernie Terrell. I think Ernie Terrell had about 3 or 4 more inches of reach. He was about I believe he was 6'6". No comparison.
Ernie's left eye is getting red in the corner, George. Have you noticed?
That's right.
So there you go, fighters on here. If you want to fight like this, all squared up, fronted up, you may make it work. You may even be a world champion. But you're going to run into somebody that was taught right. And you're going to have a lot of problems. All right, thanks for watching.